Alright, this is going to be a mic test. I have set up on a tripod. For those of you who saw the video yesterday, this is cutting off. But what this is, and I do apologize for the mess, but it's really the only way to shoot this. This is the little camera that I showed in the video yesterday, and it is the wireless mic that I showed in the video yesterday that I talked about. I didn't really do my research. I didn't really look at what items I had that I might be able to use to make the wireless mic work with this camera that cost a quarter of the Canon I tried, and the Canon didn't work any better than this one. I don't have any problems with the video quality. I don't have any problems with the audio quality as long as the mic is working. I have solved my issue, I believe, with the mic sticking out of the back where it would kind of move around and the audio would cut out, because now I have that extender cable that doesn't do that. So the plan for this, and I may actually try and do one tomorrow, I don't know. I am going to go look at something that I want to do a video on. I may end up having to get some permission to do it, although with all this going on, don't know that that would be a problem. But if I do the video tomorrow, I'm either saving it for a long time, or I'm doing a WPA video before we get to the WPA era. I will say, last night I called it the TVA that built the stadium in the town I grew up in. It wasn't the TVA. We're nowhere near where the TVA was. That's Tennessee Valley Authority. Our stadium was a WPA project, the Works Project Administration. And I'm not going to talk about those programs in any detail until we get into that era of history. I have strong feelings about a lot of American history, especially seeing as with my mother's family, we've been here since before the Revolution. On my mother's side, we're related to President Zachary Taylor, very limitedly, but we are. We're also related to Sir Winston Churchill, actually closer than Taylor, if you can believe it. First cousin 6 times removed, as opposed to Zachary Taylor, which I believe is a fourth cousin 5 or 6 times removed. But this camera will allow that. It is inexpensive. It's on a little $20 tripod that, as long as I don't have a lot of wind, I can raise it up to where I'm a good, I don't know, 10 feet from it. And with this mic, I'm not going to have any trouble. As I said last night, you may hear in my voice a little bit of a rattle, but I think that's more of a natural state of my voice after stupidly smoking for 20 some odd years. And I am doing better at giving that up, but as anyone who has given up smoking knows, it takes a little bit of time. But I'm getting there. And when I get there, it will be amazing, because one, I'll have the extra funds that I'm not spending on it anymore, and I'll start to feel better, noticeably, probably every day. And my voice will change a bit, hopefully back to what it was before all of this. But the ultimate goal is basically to include videos like this, not in my unfinished home. I have an iMac for that. But with a wireless mic that I can charge, with a remote control for this camera, with the tripod, with the wireless receiver set up and working, I should have no trouble at all going and visiting locations that are very unique to history. There are a lot of them that have been done. Monticello, Mount Vernon, all of D.C., the Arlington Cemetery, the changing of the guard at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. All of those have been done. And yes, I did just do a cut there, mostly to make sure the remote control works. But there's a lot that haven't been done. I mean, for me, traveling Route 66 through those little towns that inspired Radiator Springs and the Cars franchise, seeing things like that, going to these lesser known areas, visiting historical markers, going to Goliad, the come and take it flag, the Goliad flag. The Alamo's been done. I definitely want to go back and tour it again, and again, and again, and again. But the Riverwalk is amazing, and there's a lot of history in San Antonio. There's a lot of history in College Station with the campus. There's history in Austin. There's history in Dallas-Fort Worth. There's history all over the place. So that's the point of this camera. I do want to ask, how is the audio? I mean, I'm going to play it, but I'm hearing my own voice, which I'm used to hearing. So I want to make sure that this is coming through good for you guys. I'm in a pier and beam house, which is why I'm not moving. Typically, if I'm going to be giving a speech, I'm going to move around a bit because I don't want to stand in front of any one piece of what I'm talking about too long. But in a house that's on blocks, everything moves when I move. I don't feel it, but that camera would. I don't want lens jiggles. I don't want that wire moving if I can avoid it, just because that is what causes mic problems. I am hopeful that I'll be able to find a better solution for the basically the coupler, because that thing being 6 foot long does have some weight to it, but not near as much as the receiver, so I don't think that will be a problem. So let me know what you think. As always, remember guys, be civil in the comments. Leave me suggestions right now. North Texas, Western Louisiana, Southwestern Arkansas, Southern Oklahoma, places I can get to from DFW in a few hours to where I can be out at the end of a workday on a Friday, do something on Saturday, and back by Sunday night, because I don't want to take a lot of time off right now, especially because we're in the busy season, but doing it that way allows me to save vacation time for projects like finishing this behemoth, for family time, family vacations, other things. Ultimately, if this becomes full-time, I would not complain in the slightest if my job became to travel and talk about history. Who knows? In the meantime, like I said, be civil in the comments. We are logical, civil, decent people. Please maintain that. As always, please remember to like the video so you influence the algorithm. Make sure to share it so we widen the conversation. And make sure you're subscribed with notifications on, so like this video, you are notified when it posts. I am doing the giveaway, 500 subscribers. The winner gets one book, choice of 1984, Brave New World, or Fahrenheit 451. At 1,000 subscribers, the winner gets 2 of those books. And at 1,500, they get all 3. I don't plan to stop there. I want to grow the channel. Not only because, yes, I do want to try to monetize this to maybe pay for the gas on road trips. I'm not trying to turn YouTube into a full-time job. If it becomes that, I'm not going to argue. But I have a good job. I'm not worried about that. This is a passion of mine. There's someone who once said, find something you love to do and you'll never work a day in your life. This is what I love to do. It's history. It's telling people about history. So hopefully I'll be able to make that work. This camera is definitely a start. Being the son of photographers, I know that there are better cameras out there. I just can't afford them yet. One day, who knows? Until next time, everyone have a wonderful day.